Welcome to the John A. Gupton College online orientation. I'm Steve Spann, and I've served as president of the college for the past 21 years. I'm a licensed funeral director and embalmer, and I graduated at Gupton's in 1982. I want to thank you for choosing John A. Gupton College, and more importantly, for choosing funeral service as your career. I believe a career in funeral service is one of the best decisions you will ever make. If at any time you have questions or concerns that I can help you with, please give me a call at 615-327-3927. All first-time students at Gupton's are required to participate in an online orientation process. The orientation process covers the safety and security protocols of the college. It covers the student handbook, the library, and the financial aid process. This orientation is provided for you in a PowerPoint presentation. Each slide of that PowerPoint presentation has an audio symbol. It allows you to click on the audio symbol and you will receive the audio for each slide. Once you've completed the orientation process, you will be required to answer a few questions to document completion of the orientation process. Again, thank you for choosing funeral service and for choosing John A. Gupton College, and please feel free to give me a call if I can assist you in any way. The John A. Gupton College online orientation program provides the college an opportunity to review with each student the student handbook, the Gupton College Security and Fire Report, and the Drug and Alcohol Abuse Prevention Program. The student handbook, the security report, and the drug and alcohol prevention program may be found on the college website at guptoncollege.edu. At the end of this orientation, you will be required to answer some questions to document this presentation. John A. Gupton College is accredited by both the American Board of Funeral Service Education and the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. The American Board accredits all funeral service programs in the United States. There are currently 58 programs. The American Board accredits John A. Gupton College as well as the college's Associate of Arts degree and the Associate of Applied Science degree. The college is also accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, and they accredit John A. Gupton College as a 2-year junior college offering the Associate of Arts degree in funeral service, as well as the Associate of Applied Science degree in funeral service, and the Funeral Director's Certificate program. John A. Gupton College offers 3 distinct programs: the Associate of Arts degree in funeral service, the Associate of Applied Science in funeral service, and the Funeral Director's Certificate. The Associate of Arts degree in funeral service is a 62 semester hour program for funeral directors and embalmers. Completion of the program will allow the student to take the National Board exam for licensure in most states. Hours earned in this program are permanent credit hours that may be transferred towards a bachelor's degree as well as entry-level employment. The Associate of Applied Science degree in funeral service is a 60 semester hour program, online program for funeral directors and embalmers. Completion of the program will allow students to take the National Board exam for licensure in most states. The program is designed for entry-level employment. The Funeral Director's Certificate in Funeral Service is a 30 semester hour program, online program for funeral directors. Completion of the program will allow the student to take the State Funeral Director's examination. The program is designed for students to obtain the funeral director's license only. John A. Gupton College annually provides the community with an up-to-date security report on the college campus. This report is in keeping with the Federal Clery Act. The report is for public awareness and provides for 3 years of statistical data regarding crimes that occur on and around the John A. Gupton College campus. The last 10 pages of this report documents the number of crimes that occur on and around Gupton College's campus. These crimes include robbery, theft, assault, and dating violence, just to name a few. This data is updated daily and reported regularly to the FBI. The reporting includes the definitions of each criminal offense and the reporting procedures for each. Reporting of these crimes should be to the college president or the director of funeral service education. The 24-hour phone numbers are provided in the report. The college makes every attempt to provide a safe and secure environment for all members of the community. Timely emergency notification responses are presented by sending emergency emails, text, and voicemail messaging using the SonusWeb system. The past 3 years of crime statistics are housed in the library office and the student lounge. The college maintains access to pastoral and professional counselors as needed. The report provides the policies and procedures regarding sexual assault and sexual offense prevention. The names and the phone numbers are provided for the 2 college directors for reporting sexual assault. Sexual harassment of any type will not be tolerated by the John A. Gupton College community. The report incorporates the disciplinary sanctions, which range from warning and reprimand to suspension and expulsion. The phone numbers for victims advocates groups, as well as emergency phone numbers, are provided within this report. The college maintains a drug and alcohol abuse prevention program. The program is reviewed annually with the college community. All college-owned and controlled property strictly prohibits the unlawful possession, use, or distribution of alcohol and drugs. The program provides the definition of drug and alcohol violations, the sanctions, as well as the fines involved with each offense. The report also describes the health risks for each of the drugs as well as alcohol abuse. Students and employees struggling with these problems are encouraged to seek help and counseling. The college provides a list of counseling resources and phone numbers for each. The Gupton College Crime Report is updated daily by the college librarian. The crime statistics are provided to the TBI on a monthly basis. These statistics are continually available on the college website, also found under glass in the student lounge, as well as in the college library. The campus security program, as well as the drug and alcohol prevention plan, is presented to all new students during orientation and again to the entire campus community on an annual basis. The student handbook provides the policies of the institution. This orientation will cover and touch on the highlights of several different policies that are found in the student handbook. The first policy that we want to review is the graduation policy. The graduation policy is found on page 14 of the student handbook. The graduation policy states that the last 15 hours of the program must be done in residence at the college. A student must complete 50% of their coursework at the college. Students must have a cumulative grade point average of 2.0 to graduate. All courses that are taken at Gupton College will require a grade of C or better for graduation. Your account must be paid in full, and a comprehensive examination in general education and professional education must be passed with a minimum score of 80% in each. Specific program requirements state that the Associate of Applied Science degree requires 60 semester hours to graduate. The student must sit for the National Board exam to graduate. The student must complete 10 clinical embalming cases and demonstrate their embalming skills to graduate. A student must complete 1 clinical cremation case. The requirements for the Funeral Director Certificate program requires 30 semester hours to complete the program. The next policy is instructor accessibility. The availability of instructor will be provided to you in the course syllabi at the beginning of the semester. The instructor will provide you with an access, either times that they'll be available before or after class. They'll provide you with a cell phone number or a time that they'll be available, or their email address that they'll be available outside of class. Next is attendance. Attendance is also found on page 15. The attendance requirement for Gupton College states that a student missing more than 3 weeks worth of classes will be dropped from the course. Students that are attending or participating in online classes will follow the same policy. All online courses will require weekly participation in some manner. This weekly participation will count towards your attendance. So a student missing 3 weeks worth of coursework in an online course will be dropped from the course. The next policy is the grading system. The grading system for the college is found on page 15 and page 16 of the student handbook. The grading system provides for A, B, C, D, F, and I. It will be up to the instructor, and they will provide this in their course syllabus of what grade or what number grade it takes to make an A and what number grade it takes to make a B, and on down the line. So every instructor will determine on the beginning of the semester what their number grade is to make an A or a B. Next, once the semester is over with, then the instructor will provide to the college or to the administration the letter grade of A, B, C, D, F, or I. If you look on page 16, it provides the quality points that are associated with the A, B, C, D, F, and I. And it's using these quality points balanced out with the number of hours attempted that provides the student the numbers to get their grade point average. And lastly, academic probation is also found on page 16. Academic probation requires a 1.50 at the end of the first semester, 1.75 at the end of the second semester, and 2.0 from the third and the fourth semester. In other words, a student making less than 1.50 will be placed on probation, and then 1.75 after the second semester, and then 2.0 from then on. Students making less than that will be placed on probation. Gupton College policy on withdrawal can be found on page 17 of the student handbook. Official withdrawal from the college or a course must be done through the registrar. A course dropped prior to the last 3 weeks of the semester will receive a grade of W for the course. Failure to notify the registrar in writing will result in a grade of F. All withdrawals and drops must be made in writing, with fee and signature received by the registrar to be official. Courses taken off campus can be found on page 18 of the student handbook. Work taken by a student at another college or university after the student's initial enrollment at the college will not be accepted or transferred unless the student has received prior written approval from the Academic Affairs Committee. Request forms are available in the registrar's office. A challenge exam must be passed for anatomy, chemistry, microbiology, and pathology before credit can be transferred into the college. Dress code can be found on page 21 and 22 of the student handbook. Students enrolled in courses that are online at John A. Gupton College will be required to follow the dress code. The dress code will be required for midterm exams and final exams. These will be proctored exams, and the students will be required to follow the dress code. The dress code at John A. Gupton College is established to present an atmosphere of professionalism. A career in funeral service places you in the eye of places the practitioner in the eye of the public, therefore requires a professional appearance. Clothing need not be expensive, but rather well coordinated and conservative to present a professional image. Males are required to wear a matching business suit, pants, and jacket of conservative colors such as navy, black, dark gray, or brown. conservative dress shirt buttoned, tie worn appropriately, and coordinated socks. No casual shoes or boots or casual clogs or Crocs or casual garments such as sweatshirts or jackets are permitted. Writing and logo are not permitted. Beards. Men are required to shave daily and must be clean shaven before entering campus. Beards are not permitted. Mustaches are permitted as long as they're neat and closely trimmed. Hair must be clean and neatly trimmed above the collar. Dye-colored hair must be of a natural color. Hair must be of a natural and professional in appearance. Ponytails, braids, cornrows, and dreadlocks are not permitted. Evidence of ears must be obvious. Men are not allowed to wear earrings under any circumstances. Females are required to wear matching business suits, which include either a skirt or pants with a matching jacket in conservative colors such as navy, black, dark gray, or dark brown. Skirts must be of a modest length, no more than 2 inches above the knee. Blouse must be conservative with sleeves and a modest neckline. Hose must be worn. Casual garments such as sweatshirts and hooded shirts and t-shirts and clothing with writing are not acceptable. Appropriate dress shoes suited for the occasion with no more than 2-inch heels, which is a necessity for safety on the first call. No rough leather shoes, boots, casual shoes, clogs, Crocs, or tennis shoes are permitted. Hair for females must be clean and neatly styled. Dye-colored hair must be of a natural color and hair can be of a natural and professional in appearance. Short hair lends itself well to the prep room and hygiene for the first call. Ponytails, braids, cornrows, dreadlocks are not permitted. Nails must be neatly trimmed to fingernail length. Jewelry for females is permitted. Earrings are permitted, but no more than 2 per ear. Tattoos and body piercings that are publicly visible for both men and women are not permitted. So tattoos and body piercings for both men and women that are visibly permitted, that are publicly visible, are not permitted. Student conduct can be found on page 23 of the student handbook. All students are expected to maintain an acceptable standard of personal conduct and honesty. The use of the internet in general and social media sites by students as a venue for discussing any aspect of the care of the deceased human being in which the topic of discussion is of a sensitive and confidential nature is strictly prohibited. Any student whose conduct is considered harmful to the rights of others or the reputation of the college or funeral service will be subject to suspension or expulsion. The sexual harassment and sexual misconduct policies of John A. Gupton College can be found in the student handbook on page 25. John A. Gupton College will not tolerate sexual harassment of any form. Relationships involving sexual harassment or discrimination have no place within the college. The college will not tolerate sexual harassment of its employees or its students by anyone, including but not limited to supervisors, faculty, staff, students, and alumni. Those who are found to have sexually harassed others will be dealt with swiftly and vigorously. For the purpose of this policy, sexual harassment is defined as any unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or any verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature. Gupton College has also policies on grievance procedures that can be found on page 30 through 34 of the student handbook. Students are assured the right to seek remedies for grievances that occur within the institutional community. The process provides for both formal and informal complaints. Students should resolve these issues, if possible, on an informal basis. The open door policy of the college allows discussion of problems of both the academic and personal matters. The institutional policy provides for informal and formal complaints as well as an appeal process. The student handbook also provides an anti-discrimination policy and procedures for resolving anti-discrimination complaints. The handbook provides information regarding accommodation of disabilities and these procedures for requesting disability accommodations. Page 34 of the student handbook provides for confidentiality of student records. The law provides that the institution will maintain the confidentiality of all student educational records. John A. Gupton accords all the rights under the law to students who are declared independent. No one outside the college shall have access to, nor will the college disclose any information from a student's educational record without written consent of the student. Each student will be requested upon registration to sign a form providing information, stating who the information regarding the student can be given to. Gupton College has created a Quality Enhancement Plan known as our QEP. The Quality Enhancement Plan is based on increasing demand for cremation. The QEP requires that each graduate have the crematory operator certification. This certification qualifies that each graduate has obtained the fundamental knowledge for operating and processing of a cremation. Students are required to complete the cremation program and at least one cremation case prior to graduation. All students in the Associate of Applied Science program will be required to be on campus for 1 to 2+ weeks at the end of the program. This on-campus experience will provide time for restorative art lab, completion of the comprehensive review, and to complete the clinical and practicum assignments and demonstrate embalming skills. Page 14 of the student handbook under graduation requirements states that each student must complete 10 clinical embalmings and demonstrate skills. This graduation requirement may be accomplished in 2 ways. First, for students not working at a funeral home, this will be completed on campus. This process could require 2 or 3 weeks for completion, depending on the case volume for that week. Second, for students working at a funeral home of your choice, the 10 cases may be completed with the funeral home preceptor. The graduation requirement also requires all students to demonstrate embalming skills while on campus with an instructor. Clinicals performed at a funeral home of your choice will require a member of the Gupton College faculty to inspect the facility prior to the clinical assignment. The student will be charged for the actual expense of this inspection site. Students will be required to participate in a practicum experience of working in a funeral home and participating in funerals. Students not working in a funeral home will be required to participate in the funeral process during the last semester of the program while on campus. This experience will require assisting with funerals, handling flyers, and observing funeral arrangements. Students working in a funeral home must participate in the funeral process, but this element may be completed at the funeral home of your choice. There are basic technical requirements for the Associate of Applied Science program. The Associate of Applied Science program requires basic computer knowledge and equipment. The student handbook on page 20 lists the computer requirements and the software requirements for the Associate of Applied Science program, which include the college administrative system, which is called SonusWeb, the course delivery system, which is Moodle, and the testing system, which is ProctorU. Each system maintains a basic computer system requirement. Please note that ProctorU does not support Google Chromebook, Android tablet, iOS tablet, Linux operating system, or Microsoft Surface RT. All students must have a general working knowledge of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, email, and scanning capabilities. All courses will require the use of a webcam for making and uploading videos, as well as for testing purposes.
Hello and welcome to the John A. Gupton College Memorial Library. I'm Pepper Bruce, and in the next few slides, I would like to give you a brief orientation to the library. The purpose of the library is to support the mission of the college, which is to provide resources for both students and instructors in acquiring knowledge relative to funeral service. In addition, the library is intended to be a comfortable and convenient place conducive to personal and recreational reading for all of its patrons. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will be glad to help you. Thank you. Introduction to Online Library Resources. All students and staff have access to the Gupton College Online Public Catalog for searching the collection of over 5,000 books and audiovisual materials. The online catalog can be searched by author, title, or subject and will display if a particular title is available, how many copies, and where they are located. The online catalog can be accessed in the library sections of the Gupton College website, the SONUS website, or the Moodle website called Gupton Institute. Online students who wish to borrow library items are encouraged to contact the librarian. All online students are enrolled in the online library section where they can access the online public catalog and find procedures for using online or distance library loan. All online students can also access the SIRS knowledge source in this area. Online Learning Library Loan Procedures. Online or distance learning library loan supports the curriculum needs of current John A. Gupton College faculty, staff, and students by providing library books and audiovisual materials through the mail. Items check out and must be returned within 4 weeks. Patrons should expect 2 to 3 weeks to process requests. Please limit requests to 2 items per request. In order to make a request, the patron must communicate by mail or email to the librarian and provide general information such as the following: first and last name, the full patron's mailing address, and a copy of the patron's government-issued photo identification driver's license, the requested library book or item, title, call number, barcode, or ISBN, which should be available from the Gupton Library Online Public Catalog. Online Patron Responsibilities. You must be a current faculty, staff, or student of John A. Gupton College and in good standing. You're responsible for understanding and complying with all John A. Gupton College policies, being familiar with Gupton College institutional guidelines and standards, respecting the loan periods and limitations set by the college. There's no charge for this service. However, all materials will be charged to the borrower's account, and fees may be incurred for the loss or damage of loaned library materials. Please contact the librarian if you have any questions about your responsibilities.
Hello, I'm Joanna Hayes Dickens, Director of Financial Aid at John A. Gupton College. The next section of your online orientation is all about financial aid. Each one of the slides has an icon in the top left corner for you to click on and listen to. Remember, you can always call me here at the college, 615-327-3927, if you have any questions. Again, thank you and welcome to the Associate of Applied Science program here at John A. Gupton College. Financial aid includes grants, scholarships, and the Stafford loans. The Stafford loans are broken into subsidized and unsubsidized. The Department of Education subsidizes the interest for all the subsidized loans. The unsubsidized loans, the interest accrues from the day the college receives the funds. Also, I certify all VA payments. Every semester, we will go over the amount of financial aid you will need. I will send an award letter to you. You will sign it and scan it and send it back. Remember, the gross amounts listed for the Stafford loans, subsidized and unsubsidized, show the total amount of loans you will pay back. There is a fee the Department of Education charges you to send the funds. If you are enrolled in less than 12 hours, it will reduce your Pell amount and your state funds if you receive them. Students who receive state grants and Pell grants will receive their funds one payment each semester. Students who receive the federal loans, subsidized and unsubsidized, receive those financial aid payments 2 times each semester. New students will not receive a disbursement until 30 days after the start of school. To check your student account balance, you will log into Sonus, click on the Financial tab that you will see on the left-hand side of the screen. Under that, you will click on Ledger. This brings up your student account. You can see all the semester charges and the credits that have been placed on your account. If at the end you have a balance in parentheses, this is a credit that can be sent to you in a check. If the balance is not in parentheses, you owe the college that amount of money. So as your student aid comes in, you will see that balance get lower and lower until eventually it's 0, or there'll be a dollar amount in parentheses. Remember, making the appropriate grade point average does affect your financial aid. You must have 1.5 by the end of your first semester, 1.75 by the end of your second semester, and a 2.0 at the end of your third and all remaining semesters. If you do not attain and keep the required GPA, you will be placed on satisfactory academic progress and placed on financial aid warning. You will have 1 semester to attain the GPA required. If you do not, you will be placed on financial aid probation and suspended from all aid until the GPA requirement has been met. Here is an example of a student that started with 16 credit hours. They passed only 10 credit hours, and they have a GPA of 1.20. Notice the orange section, 1.20 GPA, and the orange section, cumulative pass rate, 62.5%. The next semester, spring, they are starting that semester on satisfactory academic progress warning, financial aid warning. They attempt 10 hours, they pass 10 hours, and their cumulative GPA is now 1.85, and their pass rate is now 76.92. For the summer semester, they are taken off financial aid warning. For this example of satisfactory academic progress, the student starts with 13 hours, and they only pass or earn 6 credit hours for the fall semester. Their GPA is 1.20, and their pass rate now is 56.25%. Notice the orange blocks in the fall semester line. For the spring semester, they start that semester on satisfactory academic progress, financial aid warning. They attempt 11 credit hours. They only pass 8 credit hours. Their GPA cumulative for that semester is 1.75, which removes the warning for GPA. But they did not reach the 67% cumulative pass rate. Their pass rate, as you can see, is 62.95%. they are now no longer eligible to receive financial aid, which is called financial aid suspension or probation. They start the summer semester on satisfactory academic progress, suspension, or probation, and they are no longer able to receive aid until they attempt and pass enough hours to increase their cumulative pass rate to 67%. The Department of Education also requires students to complete the program in 1.50% of time. This means that your applied science degree is 60 credit hours. You must complete this degree in at least 90 credit hours. If you do not, you will no longer receive financial aid. You will need to complete as soon as possible your master promissory note for any Stafford funds, subsidized and unsubsidized, that you would like to receive. Also, you will need to complete entrance counseling for John A. Gupton College. All of this is done at the studentloans.gov website. Anytime you are looking for where to go, please go to our website, guptoncollege.edu, click on the Financial Aid tab. You will find the links to complete your FAFSA, your entrance and exit counseling, and your master promissory note. Also, you will find policy and procedures, anything you need to know about financial aid. You can find under the Financial Aid tab at guptoncollege.edu. Repayment of your loans comes 6 months after you graduate, withdraw, or drop below 6 hours of enrollment. Remember, if you are having financial difficulty once you graduate, withdraw, or drop below 6 hours, contact the lender of your loans or the servicer of your loans and work out a payment plan. If you default on your loans and do not pay them, they will take your license, they will garnish your paycheck, and they will take your tax return. Remember, an open line of communication with the servicer of your funds is most important. Remember, the forms that you will need to scan and return to me are your financial aid orientation form, your award letter, and the statement of education with a front and back copy of your driver's license. The statement of education form must be notarized. Anytime you have questions, always contact me here at 615-327-3927. Remember to keep an open line of communication with me and with the servicer of your loans. For Tennessee residents, you will need to fill out your FAFSA as early as you can in the year. Remember, you will complete a new FAFSA for every academic year you are in school. An academic year is 2 semesters. My email address is hayes-dickens@guptoncollege.edu. Please feel free to email or call me with any questions or concerns. I am always happy to help you in any way possible. This concludes the online orientation for financial aid. Remember, if you have any questions, now's the time to call me or email me.